Ladies and gentlemen, I also would like to do a quick shout out and thank you to the Brunswick Orchestra for them coming tonight and presenting and playing for you before we started. Several months ago, Mr. Niedermeyer and I asked the top 30 students to reflect on their journey as a Blue Devil, to identify one individual from elementary, middle, and high school who made a difference in their life, fostered a love of learning, inspired them to dream big, encouraged them to reach a high level of excellence or anything that they wanted to do. My hope is that your collective experiences in Brunswick have provided you with the necessary tools to be well-rounded, empathetic, critical thinkers, and are prepared to enter the world for the next phase of your life. Talking with the seniors, they express how difficult it is to identify just one person who made that difference to them. They shared that many people helped them navigate, adapt through the different experiences in the classroom, at school, on the court, the stage, the field, or the pool. Being in the top of your class is truly an accomplishment, and I know that they wish they would not be here if it was not for the very first teacher, supporter, and role model, their parents, guardians, and families. To the parents and guardians, your love and support has been immeasurable. I want to congratulate you for raising responsible young men and women, for fostering the love of learning and encouraging them to work hard and to always do their best. And I know that the individuals on this floor that are here, the teachers, the staff members that help them, also greatly appreciate all that you did for your kids. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the parents. As a parent, I can only imagine how proud you are of your son or daughter. They are an amazing group of people who are going to make a difference in the world that we live in. Sitting here tonight, we have several National Merit Commended scholars, AP scholars, talented artists, volunteers that give back to their school, community, and church, student athletes who dominate their sport, talented musicians who compete at an OEMA level earning superior ratings, Eagle Scouts, and future officers that will be serving in the United States Air Force. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what these young men and women are doing. It doesn't even begin to identify all of their accomplishments that they have made. Tonight, you're going to meet them. They're going to talk. These are our future leaders, architects, engineers, teachers, artists, nurses. They are heading out into the fall to a lot of outstanding places to include The Ohio State University, Miami University, the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, and Ohio Northern University, just to name a few. I asked each one of the students to prepare a short speech with their selections of who they chose that made that difference. You're going to hear funny stories, memorable moments, things that you probably like, what? How they were challenged, how they were defeated, how they were encouraged, and most importantly, how their journey as a Blue Devil brought them to this point today. Reading through their speeches, it only has reinforced that relationships are, and those personal connections that they have made with the top 30 and their teachers and staff that they had, is really what this event is all about. That special connection, that relationship that helped them grow as the individuals that we see today. Before we begin with the students portion of this, I would like to take a moment to thank Mrs. Weinhauer, our Board of Education members, Mrs. Gessler, Mr. Gilly, Mrs. Hannadell, Mrs. Mullins. We appreciate your dedication, your commitment, and your help that you give to all of our students throughout their life and their journey as a Blue Devil. I would also like to thank Mr. Niedermeyer, Mr. Verhest, Mrs. Verhest, Mr. Geschke, Mrs. Armentrout, Mrs. Morgan, and Mrs. Aller for your support of this program and all our students. Finally, this program would not be possible if it wasn't for the assistance of several people. Mrs. Ferrier, my administrative assistant, Mrs. Coates, the 12th grade administrative assistant, and Mrs. Aller for working on putting this program together. I would also like to thank Mrs. Petrie, the 12th grade assistant principal, for her dedication to help the senior class as they prepared for the next step and next phase of their life. How it's going to work, I will call out the top 30 students. When you hear your name, I ask that you begin coming down as I do your introduction, and then I will introduce the staff that you are recognizing to come up here to my right and stand on the floor. There's an E, an M, and an H, elementary, middle, and high school. I ask that the staff stand there so that you can angle yourselves to see the student that is talking to you. The staff, for the most part, does not know who your son or daughter has chosen. They are coming in here anonymously, and in some cases, they might not have seen them since 2nd grade. So it'll be a nice little surprise for them as well to find out who you are that selected them, and more importantly, the reasons why you did. Once you get done talking, we will ask you to quickly head over to the East Cafeteria, where Kavanaugh Photography will be there, and they will be taking a picture of your child with the individuals that they selected. Later this summer, we will get a copy of those to you, the families, and to the honorees. I ask that if you want to catch up, please go ahead and do so while you're in there, while the doors are closed, but when you come into the hallway and you're talking, it kind of bellows into here. At the end of the ceremony, when we finish, I will ask all of the top 30 students to come down. We will get them to line up and have a big group picture here as well. And then at that time, parents, please come down, take pictures, and everything else. And during the time frame, for the rest of this time frame, while we have several days left for the seniors, but if you're in the building, and I don't even know if the seniors have noticed it, but all the top 30 seniors are now in the display showcase in the East Cafeteria that will be up for the next year until the next class of top 30 come into play. And that is a reminder to our other kids that this is an excellent achievement and something to be proud of. I also need to say that we have several events going on here at school that are impacting students, staff, with events in the back, athletic events. So the order that we are going in is going to be different than what is in the program. For the most part, it's alphabetical, but to allow for students to be in here or to get out to their events, and to allow some of the coaches and other people that are out to get in here to be here when they get recognized. So please know that if I skip something alphabetically, there is a reason. All right, so starting up first, please welcome Austin Kennedy, a National Merit Condemned Scholar. An out-of-town ESC top scholar, active in theater, choir, and Eagle Scout. Austin will be joining Sparty the Spartan at Case Western Reserve University, where he will be majoring in computer science. Austin would like to recognize from Huntington Elementary School, Jillian Cameron, from Edwards Middle School, Lori Wagner, and from Brunswick High School, Stephanie Higgins. Please come on down.
First off, I would like to thank my parents, Bill and Lisa Kennedy, who have always been there for me. If you could stand up. They're both recording, so. They've always attended every concert, ceremony, or event of mine throughout my school career, and this would not have been possible without their constant support. Additionally, I would like to thank my grandparents for being involved in my life, as well as my siblings, Adam, Brooke, and Dylan. I am very grateful to have had such a wonderful support system throughout my years of schooling. So, just a big hand for that. So, the first teacher that I would like to thank is Mrs. Cameron from Huntington Elementary School. When I was younger, I had a severe stutter that throughout all of school that often hindered my ability to speak in front of others. And I remember the day in 4th grade when I was told I would be assigned to speech therapy to address this issue, and I was terrified. That was until I met Mrs. Cameron, my speech therapist. She immediately made everything so fun and easy for me, often finding ways to incorporate learning strategies with playing games. And it was through her that I learned about some techniques that I still use today to improve my speech for others. Before I met her, it probably would have taken me 5 whole minutes to get to this part of the speech. I've seen so much growth in my speech, thing that I would not have even imagined before I met Mrs. Cameron. And when I was moving on from Huntington Elementary School to Edwards Middle School, I was Also very terrified about having to start over with a person that was completely new. Until I learned that Mrs. Cameron would also be there. And from then on, we continued to meet regularly until the end of 8th grade when I stopped speech therapy. And I could not be more thankful to Mrs. Cameron for helping me get to where I am today. There was another staff member at Edwards Middle School who helped contribute to my character today, and that was Mrs. Wagner. She instilled in me a work ethic that I still carry with me to this day, and gave me a reason to put effort into every assignment that I submit. Her class was honors 7th grade language arts, and I came into her class expecting it to be as easy as every other class was so far. I could not be more wrong, and I remember wanting to drop her class after the first week of school. I was immediately intimidated by the expectations that she had for us as students. But it was this very expectation that made me push myself to my limits in her class and every class that would follow. Throughout the year, she held us accountable and taught us independence with our assignments. I still remember her poetry project assignment, a final portfolio of many assignments that taught me to manage my time and look forward to future assignments. Her class taught me more than just language arts, but also many life skills, and I could not be more thankful to have a teacher like Miss Wagner to help me in my academic career. There's another teacher that I would like to thank, a teacher that I've known for nearly all of high school. Ms. Higgins, my choir teacher, has known me for nearly 3.5 years, and in that time she has inspired my growth and passion for the arts. Through her, I've been able to find myself through the choir program, and I've been granted many opportunities to learn and grow. Ms. Higgins has helped me become a section leader and student director, and I've gained many leadership and communications skills under her guidance. She's always been willing to spend any time she has to work with students, which has helped me grow as a singer and as a leader. Her understanding of her students, as well as her open-mindedness to new ideas, has helped myself and my classmates to feel like we belong and are heard. The skills that I have learned in her classroom I will take with me throughout my entire life, and I'm very grateful for what she has left me through her teaching. These 3 teachers have been significant parts of my journey through school, but I would also like to thank every other teacher in this room who I've had the privilege to meet and learn from. To name just a few, Mr. Albright, Mr. Belkoffer, Ms. Blauman, Ms. Bex, Mr. Hunter, Ms. Klein, Mr. Newman, Ms. Spears, Ms. Tomash, and Mr. Ward, along with many others, have all been very significant parts of my journey. Every teacher has left an impact on my character and work ethic, and I cannot thank them enough for helping me get to where I am today. So, thank you.
Up next is